everyone, welcome back. I'm Soma and welcome to my channel, Be Your Best Version. If you're here for the first time, well, welcome to the channel. And this channel is specifically meant for anyone who's trying to find their motivation and explore their potential. So if you're a newbie trying out your luck in the industry right now, or a fresh grad, or someone stuck mid-level in their career, starting a hustle, a venture maybe, and you're basically trying to look for the motivation and to keep yourself get going and just to never turn back. This is the space for you. So thank you once again for joining in. And before we move on, get yourself a cup of tea and coffee as always, and maybe something to nibble on, and we'll get started. I'm glad you're back. So, all right then, how was your New Year's? Did you get to write New Year's resolution like everybody else? But see, the trick to writing a New Year's resolution is not the fact that we're writing it, but the fact that we have to keep up to it. And as you know, data says that most of the people, like 70% of the people who write the New Year's resolution, actually don't keep up to it. Well, we all know we are busy and sometimes, things just change and we can't get it done. So today we're going to talk about something that's relevant. That's how to fail proof yourself. So if you have written a New Year's resolution, I want to make sure you are not falling behind. All right. So the thing that you have to think is everybody writes goals, people who get it done and people who also don't get it done. So if you want to be on the right side of the table and be part of the group of the people who actually get it done, you just can't articulate loosely framed sentences and say, hey, I want to lose 1 kg weight. I want to run a marathon. I want to produce a film. I want to start making a documentary. Just articulating loosely structured statements don't get you anywhere. What you actually need is a foolproof system that ingrains that in you. So it's just not saying that I want to lose 1 kg weight, or saying I want to travel all around the world in 2021, or things like that. You basically need to come up with a plan that leads to a habit and a sense of sequence of all the habits, so you really don't fall apart in your plans. There are 5 ways you can do it. Very simple things, but very effective at the same time. The first one is build a system. What I mean by system is you have to build a sequence of events that allow you to nurture or create a habit that you've never done before. Like they say, if you want to change something, first of all, go back and change yourself. If you change nothing about you, nothing is going to change at the end of it anyways. So if you say, I want to start exercising, right? Everybody says that in New Year. And a lot of us at the end of it actually fail because we have written it so many times, maybe in a diary, maybe in a piece of paper, maybe in a calendar. But just saying it does not cut it, right? So I'm sure you figured that out by now. So what you can do is you can create a sequence in your morning routine. So you can say, the moment I get out of my bed and I wear my slippers and I brush my teeth, get my morning rituals done, I come back and open the curtains, and then I dress up and I exercise, whether I go out or you run inside your home in your treadmill, whatever it is. Basically, you're creating a system that empowers you to actually go and get it done every day, not just one day. The second one is also a very simple one. It is the 5-second rule, which basically translates to stop negotiating with yourself. So once you are awake, or once you know you have to get something done which you've already ingrained in your system, don't fight the system. Don't go and say, I'm just feeling lazy today, or I'm not in the mood today. If you start triggering off these negative emotions and you start building them up, it will only snowball, and the only thing that can lead up to is the fact that you probably won't end up doing it. So whether it is writing 1 page of diary every night before you go to bed, or exercising in the morning, eating healthy, anything that you're putting your mind to and that you've translated into a system, you just have to go ahead and follow it without negotiating much. Don't change the timings, don't change the sequence, just keep on repeating it every day. The third one, the visual cues. Just make sure you have the right visual cue, the right environment is prepped up for you to ensure that you're meeting your goals. So if you're trying to write a page of diary before going to bed, make sure your diary is right beside on your bedside table with a lovely pen, and so when you go to bed you feel like picking it up and writing. If it's somewhere where you have to go look and find it out, probably you'll feel too lazy end of the day to actually write a page of the diary. idea is, if you really are putting your mind to getting something done and you've already created a system for it, you have to help yourself to get to that goal. The fourth one, enjoy the process. Ask anybody who is successful or who has been successful in keeping a New Year's resolution, and they'll say you have to pick something that you enjoy, your goal and also the process. Because if you're trying to, let's say, travel the world or whatever it is, you can't do it overnight. So you have to plan for it, prep for it, save for it, things like that, which means you also have to enjoy the process, the planning, the implementation, the getting it done, the small wins. And you always have to go back and celebrate those small wins. So it's very, very important that you enjoy the process, which also means don't pick up something so hard that it's very difficult for you to get it done. I think I've talked about this in my previous videos also, that don't give yourself a challenge that you know you cannot do. Give yourself something small and then keep on stacking up on the challenges and raise the bar. The last one, you have to track and measure. I mean, how do you know you're doing what you're supposed to do? But for me, tracking is not about the goal. So, did I lose 500 gram, 1 kg, 5 kg? Does not matter as much as what I track is my habit or my sequence. Like, am I getting up every morning and going for a walk? Even in the days if you feel very, very down or you're not motivated to, do what you're supposed to do, you can at least still show up for it. Which means if you are planning to go for a walk and you're not feeling that day, you don't want to go for a walk, still get ready, go for a walk. So instead of 20 minutes, do a 5 minute and come back. What it does is it does not break the sequence. So you still know tomorrow morning, if you don't feel like it, you will still show up and you will still go for a 5 minute one. So tracking and numbers are very, very important, but not important to the point that you're doing everything for the numbers. That is why I prefer tracking my habit. And yeah, just not the goal, because the goal ends after a point. So let's say if you're losing 1 kg, what if you lose 1 kg? Will you stop walking, or is this a habit that you want to continue because it leads you to the right direction? I think that's about it. So thank you so much for joining in. If you have already subscribed, thank you very, very much. For others, please hit the like button and subscribe. It's free content, and I hope you can let your friends know if you really enjoy this. So thank you once again for joining in, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.